This guy right here, who you can even look in his eyes, you can tell something is wrong with him. Just by looking in his eyes, you can tell something is wrong with him. He's not all there. A quick look at his bio. He's a football player who he was playing for the Atlanta Legends of the Alliance of American Football. He played college football at West Virginia, graduated Hardaway High School in Columbus, Georgia. He first attended Northwest Mississippi Community College before transferring to West Virginia. In 2 seasons, he ran for 1,100 yards. He ran for 1,100 yards his first season there and 1,000 yards his second season. And he skipped the team's bowl game to avoid injury and prepare for the NFL draft. And I believe he still went undrafted. This story has weighed heavy on me because there is a lot of sick people out here, man. There's a lot of degenerate behavior going on out here. And stories like this, it just shows you that it's very difficult to look at a person's life and say whether you could trust them or not, you know? It really is. The things that this guy is accused of doing makes you not trustworthy of a lot of people. And you have to think twice before leaving your kids around certain people. Now, in this situation, I believe this was his kid or the wife's kid, but let's read the story. Police say a former NFL and West Virginia college football player has been charged in Georgia with aggravated child molestation. Authorities say Justin Crawford was arrested after a 12-year-old girl told her mother Crawford had sex with her Saturday in his Columbus home. The Columbus Ledger-Inquirer reported that Detective Mark Scruggs testified during a preliminary hearing. Crawford's wife saw her husband standing over the girl Saturday morning, then told the girl's mother. Scruggs says Crawford first denied having sex, then later said it was the girl's idea. A lawyer for Crawford couldn't be found. Crawford played 2 seasons at West Virginia and signed this year as an undrafted free agent with the Atlanta Falcons before being released. Because they saw something in this guy that I see. See, I'm a man. I can look in somebody's eyes and tell that there's something off about them. You can, like me as a man, I can look in his eyes and tell something's off about him. So the girl was not connected to him. What I want to know is, okay, maybe one of y'all can tell me in the chat, but was the girl, the young girl, was she the daughter of a family member? Hold on, I got another article. Let's see here. Let's see. Former NFL hopeful has been accused of sexually assaulting a child. Justin Crawford was arrested on Saturday, October 13th, and charged with sodomy, aggravated child molestation, incest, and enticing a child for indecent purposes. He confessed to the crime, but he claims it was the 12-year-old girl's idea to have sex. Oh, my God. Crawford, who was cut from the Atlanta Falcons earlier this season, is being held without bond at the Muskogee County Jail in Georgia. This is disgusting, man. 12-year-old told her mother that Crawford came into the living room where she was sleeping. She said he forced her to perform oral sex. She said they also had intercourse. Crawford initially denied the girl's claims, but then admitted that he did have sex with her and that it had all been her idea. This is a sick, lying, lame son of a bitch, man. Justin's wife, Shakia Crawford, saw him standing over a 12-year-old girl who was staying with them. he had an erection. When Justin saw his wife, he ran out of the living room into the kitchen to cover up. Oh my God. Crawford's wife later told the Columbus Ledger-Inquirer that she only saw her husband expose himself to the child. She said, "I did not see anyone having sex, or I would have called the police right away. But you saw your grown husband with fully erect standing next to that girl, and he ran out of the room, but you didn't see a problem? Why would he run out of the room? Why would this guy run out of the room if there was no problem?" He used to go with her mom. He was her stepdad. Oh, okay. And even the girlfriend said that he ran out of the room. Why would you run out of the room if you're fully clothed, bro? And of course, like, let me tell y'all something, man. This stuff goes on a lot in these families, especially with women who allow their children to be abused by their boyfriends or husbands because they're so desperate to keep that man. The fact that the little girl had to tell her mother what happened, not the wife. The wife was gonna shut up and not say nothing. But everybody want to be mad at men for what happened in these situations. You got to be mad at these women who allow these things to happen and not say nothing. She thinks she was an NFL player, so she's going to hide the fact that this guy is sitting up here fully erect in front of this girl, and you telling me that you don't notice anything happening? So what, was the young girl asleep? This stuff happens a lot. I want y'all to understand this. These women, these single mothers who get with these perverts, allow this stuff to happen and not say nothing. They don't say nothing until they ain't with the dude no more. Or until the girl or boy has to say something first. This girl is too young to be consenting to anything. Probably so. She probably was molested too. That's why she didn't see anything wrong with it. You see this guy fully erect. He runs out of the room into the kitchen to cover up. But you don't think anything happened. Do you have to catch him in the act? Like, do you have to catch him literally doing something to the girl? And she didn't say nothing until she was questioned by police. And even in that situation, she still was taking up for him. Y'all got to understand, these dudes, the Justin Crawfords of the world are being enabled by desperate, thirsty women. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that they're being aided by desperate, thirsty, lonely women. And you know what's really sick is that some of these women believe that because it happened to them, that if it happens to somebody else, it's okay. Or it's not that big of a deal. That's what they believe. They believe because it happened to them that other people should experience what you went through. Trust me, you noticed that guy when he left the room and was, listen, man, you're not going to tell me that a dude is having intercourse with a 12-year-old, you're not going to hear nothing. You heard something, that's why you went in the living room. You heard something, that's why you went in the living room. You can look in his eyes and tell something is wrong with him. But because he played college football, because, you know, he was in NFL for a cup of coffee, that all of a sudden that he's a viable guy to be with, that you're going to basically hide the truth about what happened to that young girl. That girl will never be the same. She will always, she's going to remember this. And she's gonna remember this whole situation. She's gonna remember this dude and his wife. She's gonna be scarred for life about what this guy did. In fact, that his wife did nothing about it. First off, her mother. This is her birth mother. Why are you allowing that girl to go over there? Now it looks like there was some there was some it may have been on purpose why she was over there. Now I don't know if the mom had wanted to go to the club or she wanted to go hang out. You got to stop leaving your kids at everybody's house, man. Until your kids are able to stay at home by themselves, you need to have them around you or around somebody that you trust. Stop leaving your kids at your relative's house or people that you know. You know, you better be somebody that you trust. There's a lot of sadistic shit going on out here, man. Because people like Justin Crawford, who was probably molested himself, have never gotten the help that they needed. Football, I guess, was his outlet. So without that outlet, what do? That degenerate mindset creeps back in. I hope that this guy gets prosecuted to the fullest. I hope he has a very terrible time in jail because, trust me, he's going to have a very difficult time if they figure out what the fuck he done. There's no way a 12-year-old will consent to sleeping with a 23-year-old grown fucking man. A football player at that. A big old swole football player at that. Yeah, the wife needs to be put in jail too, because the wife is very culpable in this situation. She was gonna hide this information because she cares more about that marriage than she does this young girl. She cares more about the marriage than that young girl. So, Justin Crawford, I hope you have a rough time in jail. I know you will. You're gonna deserve everything that's done in your situation. I hope your wife is right there next to you in court, in handcuffs, because she's helped you do this. She's helped you do this. She's just as to blame as you are in this situation.